Hello YouTube and welcome back to the PIDA Kanto weekly show, week number 12, where it's PIDA week on the Devious Ditto YouTube channel, because if you missed out on the video that went up on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday and now Thursday, there's been a PIDA video every single day. Today, it's a PIDA video. Tomorrow, it's not going to be a PIDA video, but there is going to be one on Sunday. So 6 out of 7 weeks are going to be a PIDA video. So perfect, absolutely perfect. So if you guys enjoy PIDA, make sure to smash the like button down below. But before we get into anything, as you can see behind me, we have a wrong finger. So we have wall of Pokemon cards right here. We've got a Pokemon poster here. We've got Pokemon plushies here. We've got more plushies over here. And as you can see in the top right hand corner over here, the pink stuff in the corner, we have sticky notes. We have sticky notes, people, of, if you follow me on Instagram and Twitter, you'll know what these are already, but they are all the comments of all the videos I've uploaded in 2019. I've had 3 so far. But every single positive comment, or every positive comment that I read, or just helpful comment, or anything like that, is going on the wall to inspire me and to motivate me to try to achieve the goal of I want 250 subscribers by Christmas. The goal for last year was 100. We got that in November, so hopefully we can get that 250 this year in 2019. And every single comment I'm going to leave on the wall to motivate me to get a video up every single day as well. I'm going to try my hardest from, as of Monday, every single day I'm going to try and get a video up every day is the goal. To just be, smash them out, judge by what you guys like to watch, upload those. If you go off stuff and go back on stuff, I'll follow the trends of what you guys watching. So I enjoy making videos on whatever. So if you guys want to see something different, if you want to see something special, let me know in the comments. Or go on the wall, I'll look at it and think, right, people like the PIDA videos, people like the Nuzlocke, people like the random game videos. I'll try and do more of that to try and help grow the channel, sort of thing. So enough about plugging me. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter. Anyway, so link will be in the description. But we're here for PIDA Kanto weekly show number 12, where no trades this week, so there's no trade talk at the first start of the episode. But there is 2 forfeits, unfortunately. There are 2 forfeits this week. The first of which is between the Mediterranean Quagsires versus the Honolulu Horluchas, where the Mediterranean Quagsires picked up the W and picked up the forfeit win for that week. And the other game was the City Shamans versus the New England Blizzards, where the City Shamans picked up the 3-0 forfeit victory. So obviously Mediterranean Quagsires, City Shamans gained those 3 points, helped them climb the tables with +3 differential as well. Whereas, and unfortunately for the Honolulu Horluchas and New England Blizzards, dropping down with the -3 differential. So yeah, those are the forfeit games out of the way. So there's 6 games to talk about this week. Hopefully we can keep this trend up of trying to get the video as short as possible. But I waffle on in all these games, I really do. They always end up like being an hour long. I just like talking, waffling. If you know me in real life, it's like the complete opposite. I don't know why. The camera just makes me waffle for goddamn ages. But first game, we have the Sinnoh Starlets versus the Boston Typhlosions. And the Sinnoh Starlets are rocking Mega Mawile, Nidoking, Araquanid, Hooper and Bound, Zygarde and Mimikyu. Whereas the Boston Typhlosions are rocking Jirachi, Garchomp, Toxapex, Crawdaunt, Tapu Koko and Tangrowth. Once again, the Boston Typhlosions are bringing double regenerated core, which is a fantastic defensive core on the team, because Tangrowth can be physically bulky, Toxapex can be especially bulky. Toxapex is only weak to what? Electric, Psychic, Ground, I think. And Tangrowth resists, what? 2 of those besides Psychic. And Tangrowth is only weak to Flying, Bug, and Fire. Toxapex resists Fire. I think it resists Bug as well. I think. So both their type matches help each other. They're both bulky, so if he keeps that core around, he should be okay in this game. As well as the likes of Scarf Chomp can put in the work. Tapu Koko can put in the work. Crawdon is a gem, hidden gem in tier 4, which like, oh, no one's using Crawdon. Crawdon's amazing. I'm not gonna lie. And then Sean's team, on the other hand, has got webs again with Arachnid, but this time instead of Mega, what Mega do you have? He bought different Mega last week. What's his other Mega? Gardevoir. That's it. It's Mega Gardevoir last week. This week it's bringing Mega Marwile, and Mega Marwile under webs is scary. Hooper Unbound under webs is scary. Zygarde 50% is scary under webs. Mimikyu scary under webs. Nidoking scary under webs. So webs are very crucial for this team. I don't think. Does he have a defogger? Or a rapid spinner? I don't think he does. Or I don't think Tapu Koko gets defog. But he doesn't have a defogger. So yeah. Anyway, webs might be. I'm leaning towards Sean in this game because he's not no hazard removal with sticky webs. And if he slows down that Scarf Chomp, that Jirachi, and that Crawdon, and that Tapu Koko, things are going to be interesting. So let's jump into the game and see how this thing goes. So out comes Arachnid to get its webs up. There's the Tapu Koko. So Tapu Koko U-turns out straight into Garchomp as it goes for sticky webs. Like I called in the start of the game. He's got Mega Garchomp, so it's not Scarf Chomp, it's Mega Chomp. So he sets up his Stealth Rock to his Mega Chomp as he goes for Liquidation. Out comes the Tangrowth, predicting another Liquidation. But he goes for Liquidation again. Does nothing because it's a Tangrowth, it's a bulky boy. Arachnid's got Toxic, so now Tangrowth's on a Toxic timer. So shutting down the defensive wall is very useful because I don't think he's got any Clerics on the team. And I don't think Tangrowth gets like Natural Cure or whatever. But there's a Thunderbolt from the Tapu Koko with the Arachnid holding the Whackham Berry to live the Thunderbolt and then revenge killing it with a crit Liquidation. So Tapu Koko's down, and look at the matchup. Look at the team now. Webs are up. Doesn't got a defogger. He's not a Scarf Garchomp. Tapu Koko's as fast as Mon, and things are looking downhill for Boston Typhlosions at this point. But especially with Tangrowth on a Toxic timer. So out comes Mega Garchomp. Out comes Zygarde protecting a, I don't know, an Earthquake or something. He goes for Dragon Claw. Zygarde eats that up. So you switch down to Tangrowth, predicting like an Outrage or a 1,000 Arrows. There's 1,000 Arrows. Does nothing to Tangrowth because Tangrowth just eats up ground type, hits up for days. There's the Sludge Wave. There's the Khabib Berry to eat that Sludge Wave as it goes Hidden Power Ice and kills the Zygarde. Now, he probably brought that berry on Tangrowth for the Nidoking so he could kill it with an Earthquake. But in the end, it worked for the Zygarde as well because it brought Sludge Wave. Obviously, Sludge Wave would have done a lot of damage. I think it halves it, doesn't it? Is it half? I think it halves. So it would have done 46% instead of 23%. So it would have done another 23%. And this Tangrowth would have been... It still would have lived a hit. It still would have lived a hit. Fair enough. But it would have been on lower health and it's on a Toxic timer. So you'd have to be more careful with Tangrowth at that point. Even though it's got Regenerator. You'd have to switch it out, switch it back in and switch it out again. Instead of one switch out, you'd have to do double switch out to get back to full health. So good bring there by the Boston Typhlosions there with a Khabib Berry on Tangrowth, killing down that Zygarde. Out comes the Mega Marwile. Out comes the Jirachi. With the -1 speed drop, obviously because Sticky Webs. Mega Evolves and goes for Substitute. Now, this is where things get interesting. Because Jirachi goes for Fire Punch. And it goes for Swords Dance. Now, there's the Fire Punch. It lives. And even at -1, Jirachi outspeeds Mega Marwile. And I'm guessing it's Choice Scarf Fire Punch. Because what? Mega Marwile's what? Base 50 speed? Jirachi's 100. So at -1 it should be... No, even at -1 it should outspeed, shouldn't it? I think it does. Anyway, it doesn't matter. But I don't think it might be Choice Scarf, it might not be Choice Scarf. But it goes for the knockoff on the Jirachi, and it has a Colbur Berry, so it lives on 6%, which is... Oh my god. This man loves his berries. He's got a Khabib Berry, had a Colbur Berry. All the berries. No one cares about choice items or life orbs or whatever. All about the berries. All about the berries. So, you know, Sean's like, damn it. Next Fire Punch is going to kill me. You outspeed Mega Miles, gone. I don't have Sucker Punch, so it's gone. It's gone. It's gone, whatever. It's gone. So, switch out into Arachnid to try and sack that thing off. As he does, because he goes to Fire Punch with the webs. No, because Arachnid's only job for the Sinnoh start is to get those webs up. That's his only job, because webs on this team is ridiculously strong. So, if you're playing the Sinnoh Starlets, if you're watching this and you're playing the Sinnoh Starlets, because at this point, it's just before the playoffs. So if you end up playing the Sinnoh Starlets in the playoffs, because they're more than guaranteed top 4 at this stage anyway. So it's not a spoiler. But if you do play them, get rid of those goddamn webs. Just get rid of those goddamn webs and things will be fine. But anywho, out comes Nidoking versus the Jirachi who goes for Earth Power, sacking this thing off. Very much so. So you go down into Crawdon, now at -1 speed. Switch out to Mega Marwell to get an Intimidate drop off, which it doesn't. It's only got Intimidate at normal. I don't know why I said Intimidate, because I had Intimidate before. But when it Mega Marwell, obviously gets Pure Power. And Crawdon even resisted. Was it resisted? No, it wasn't resisted. It was neutral. Water resists steel, not steel resists water. My brain. Anyway, Aquajet kills the Mega Marwell. Out comes the Mimikyu versus the Crawdon, who goes for Aquajet to break the disguise as the Mimikyu goes for a red, obviously holding red card to switch out the Tangrowth as it goes for Play Rough, which is very unfortunate because if he didn't pop the red card, Crawdon would probably be dead. But predicting the Toxic goes out into Nidoking. I don't think he predicted Toxic. I think he just predicted the Grass type move. But or the Earth. No, he was out with what? He was out with Mimikyu. So he's probably predicting, he's going to predict knockoff or something. So let's get into Purple Rain. So we can kill it with a Sludge Wave and whatnot. But unfortunately, if the Khabib Berry was still here, that would have been clutch because he might have lived that Sludge Wave. And then obviously he probably killed the Earthquake in that turn. Might have killed the Nidoking. It may have done. But Aquajet comes in clutch. That's Life Orb Stab Adaptability Aquajet just blowing that Nidoking back. This is why Crawdon is amazing. Crawdon, Christmas tree to Crawdon, putting in the finest of work. But out comes the worst Ben, Hooper Unbound, versus switch out to Toxapex, predicting probably a, Drain Punch, which does absolutely nothing to Toxapex. Toxapex eats up for days, but Zen Headbutt, just, it's a Hooper Unbound, it's got 170 attack. Zen Headbutt's killing that thing. Even if you're max HP, max defense, you're going to die. You're just going to die. So, goes for the Aquajet, doesn't do enough to Hooper Unbound, who just clicks Drain Punch, sucks up all that HP back up. Out comes Mega Chomp, obviously because of webs, Hooper Unbound outspeeds, and goes for the Z Black Hole Eclipse, which he does, does go for that. And down goes Garchomp, and the Sinnoh Starlets pick up a 2-0 victory. Now, obviously MVP of that game was the Hooper Unbound, because under webs, Hooper is absolutely ridiculously scary. And I don't want... oh my god. Don't let this man have Hooper Unbound webs again. Please. Just please. Anyway, so yeah. Since I pick up that 2-0 victory, Crawdon tried to do as much damage as it could to the Hooper Unbound. If it was Choice Banded rather Life Orb, because the only move he clicked on was Aquajet, it might have done better. Because obviously it would have increased the attack power and allowed it to probably kill this thing, because it's 0.2 times power added to it, and it did 60%. It probably would have done about 80%. I would have thought it would have been. It might have been a roll to kill for Choice Band, but I'm not sure. You guys probably watching probably know more than me. So if a Choice Band Aquajet killed this thing, I don't know, but it is what it is. What it isn't. Looking for it. No, it doesn't matter. But anyway, that's game number 1 over and done with. We move on to game number 2, where we have the Victoria Victinis versus the New Haven Nut. Now, obviously, New Haven Nut, we've seen this team about 6 weeks in a row, exactly the same team. Lati, Mega, Lati, Dojo, Gyarados, Rotom Heat. Exact same movesets, exact same everything. So, Victoria Victinis know exactly what's being brought, so they can plan out saying, right, you're bringing this stored power set. You're bringing Screens, Rotom. You're bringing Dragon Dance, Gyarados. You're bringing a Life Orb Dojo. I think it's Life Orb. I don't know what it is. Honestly, can't remember, because Dojo usually drops turn 1, so I don't know. But the obviously the New Haven Nuts team. So go to the Victoria Victinis team, which has brought Hippowdon Excadrill, Diancie, Pelipper, Kingdra, and Miss Magius. Obviously, Stand boosted on Excadrill with Stand Rush or Stand Force. Just puts in the work. Is it normal Diancie? It is normal Diancie with special defense boost because of the stand. Hasn't it got like 150 in both defenses? Or am I making that up? I think it is. It's got 150 in both defenses. It's got no HP, but it's got 150 in both defenses. So it's going to have 150 special defense boosted because of sand. Mad. And it's got obviously Pelly, Kingdra, Rain for the likes of the Rotom. And the Dragons because of Swift Swim. And it's got Miss Magus as well because it's obviously got triple Psychic type. And it's ridiculous not to bring the Ghost type. So let's jump into this game and see how the game pans out. So out comes Nigel the Pelipper versus the Dodrio. And the trade is straight out into his Diancie as it goes for Brave Bird and does not a lot to obviously the Diancie because it's the Rock type. Out comes Rotom Heat as it goes for Power Gem. And just, probably predicting a Fairy type move. Go to Reflect. Get to Reflect off. So, stacks off Rotom to get the screen up against the Diancie. Out comes the Latios. As Latios goes for Trick. Giving Ruby a Choice Scarf. And it's going right into leftovers. So, it's now a Choice Scarf Diancie. So, Diancie's less useful right now. Because it just is. Out comes the Hippowdon. As he switches out into his Gyarados. And it starts to Dragon Dance up. Gyarados goes... Hippowdon goes for Slack off, predicting it to go for a Waterfall or something, but he goes for the double Dragon Dance. He's now at 50%. Go to Waterfall. Goodbye, Hippowdon. And Moxie Gyarados is now starting to become a bit scary because Waterfall. There's a stash on the Hermione as it goes for Thunderbolt. Knew it. I knew Devil had something. Devil had something up his sleeve for that. I just knew it. I just knew it because why would he go out? I don't know. What else would he have gone out into? That's the only way he could have done that because if he went out to Pelly, Rain was boosted and it was probably holding a Damp Rock and plus 3 stab Waterfall in the Rain is just blowing everything back. Kingdra, if he went out to Kingdra, that's his win con against the Lati, so he didn't want to risk sacking that off. If he went into Excadrill, it's going to die. So he had to go into Hermione. It was a Focus Sash set, so he knew he could live the Waterfall from it and Oko with a Thunderbolt. So he obviously knew he'd get set up with his Gyarados because that's what he does to every single game. So he worked that out, managed to prep for that, knew he'd live the hit because he was Focus Sash, sent it in, click Thunderbolt, goodbye Gyarados, and it did involve losing Hermione, which probably would have been a good matchup against the Latis, but at least the Gyarados is down, the biggest threat on the New Haven Nuts team. So out comes Excadrill in the sand as he Mega Evolves Latias. You go to Rex Scissor, because the Focus Sash does absolutely nothing. As it starts setting up Calm Minds. Now, Fiend's getting a bit scary because it goes to X Scissor because the Reflect is gone now. As it goes to Recover. And it's just like, stalling it out, even though X Scissor is also, once again, a high crit move. Recover was doing... How much was X Scissor doing before? 53%. Recover was only restoring 50%. So, over time, it was slowly chipping it down. So, in the long run, maybe you want to just make sure... I don't know. Because he knew he was just going to spam X Scissor and... It was a high crit chance move. Over time, it's going to kill you anyway because you weren't gaining health because of X Scissor doing more than Recover. So that's how it was. So out comes Dojo, goes for Jump Kick and just kills that. Revenge kills the Excadrill. And I'm thinking, okay, maybe he forgot that Dojo got X Jump Kick. X Jump Kick forgot he got Jump Kick because why would he stay in? I would have just went straight into Diancie and just been safe about it, but. Obviously, he forgot he got Jump Kick, so you can probably see in the chat. I think that's what you said. I can't remember. Maybe it was in Discord afterwards. But Nigel goes for Knockoff on the Latios. Knockoff is Leftovers, which are now on Tokyo time. But Rain is back up as the Latios goes for Energy Ball. As it goes for Tailwind to make sure that the Kingdra under Rain can Oko if Nigel goes down, which is a very good smart play there by Devil. So out comes Try Live Guys as it goes for Thrash. So it's locked into Thrash, And knowing that, he goes out to Kingdra, which is now Tailwind boosted in the rain with Swift Swim, with a Life Orb. Things are dying. Things are actually dying. Misses the Ice Beam. Now, goes for Ice Beam and misses. Now, this means that this lad is either holding a Bright Powder or Lax Incense, because obviously Ice Beam's 100% accuracy. So, I'm thinking, right, it's game over. This thing's gone. It's right. That, he missed and clicked Roost. And he knew he'd live the Ice Beam because it's a bulky Latias, obviously. So he went for Roost. Didn't pay off because he missed, obviously. So he just goes for Roost that last turn. And goes for what? Double team this time. So to try and make sure that... So he misses the hit with no evasion boost, but he does with evasion boost on it. So this is why evasion doesn't work. Because it's too risky, it doesn't work all the time. It's like a gamble, you have to roll the dice. If you want to gamble, you go evasion. That's the only reason you bring evasion. You have to gamble. It's literally gambling. Gamble. I've got 2 threes. Whatever. But it's a gamble. So GG to Victoria Victini's there. MVP of that game was the Miss Magius stopping the potential sweep from the Gyarados. Obviously the Pelipper, which set up the rain, set up the Tailwind for the Kingdra to come in late game and just sweep. Even though it's a 2-0 kill, it's still a sweep. It cleaned up the late game. So GG to the Victoria Victini's there. Still pushing, waiting to pounce if any of those top 4 right now drop any points. He's there to pounce if any of them slip up. He's there. He's ready. He's coming for you. The weathers are coming for you. Anyone in top 4, he's coming for you. So watch out. Just watch the heck out. But enough with game number 4. We move on to game number 5, where we have the Pura Pidgeots versus the Boston Cyndaquils. And the Pura Pidgeots are rocking Heatran, Mega Latios. We've had all the Latioses available in PIDA in 2 games. Mad. We've also had Greninja, Buzzwole, Alomomola, Vileplume and Buzzwole. And for the Boston Cyndaquils, we are rocking your boy Jellybeans, Dragalge, Kuma-Oh, Landorus Furion, Xurkitree and Incineroar. Now, once again, double Intimidate from the Boston Cyndaquils. And his physical attackers are, obviously, Buzzwole. And that is it, because Heatran is special, Latios is special. To be fair, Greninja can be run Gunk Shot, but it's mainly going to be special. Alomomola's a bulky boy with Scold. Vileplume's a bulky boy with Petal Dance and Toxic and Sludge Bomb and Dazzling Gleam. So his only physical threat really on his team is the Buzzwole. And the likes of Landorus and Incineroar just shut that thing down. So you've brought double Intimidate again for 1 Mon. Because every time you bring double Intimidate, there's been like 1, maybe 2 Mons on the team which are physical. So people are noticing this. I don't know if they're noticing this or it's just a coincidence. But every time someone plays the Boston Cyndaquils, they mainly bring special attackers. That's what I've noticed. Because last week there was like, what, 1 or 2 physical attackers versus the Boston Cyndaquils. This week there's just 1. Next week, who knows? Who the heck knows? But anyway, so we got the Pure Pidgeot, obviously, teams. Heatran puts in work against not a lot of them. Latios can put in work against the Dragalge and the Kuma-Oh. So he's got double Dragon v Dragon. So obviously Greninja can be run. Greninja's just a scary mon in general. The only mon it probably can't touch is probably the Xurkitree, because I don't know what ground type moves it gets, but if it's Choice Specs or Life Orb and just click Scold or whatever, it's going to kill Xurkitree, because it's not exactly the bulkiest man on the existence in the planet. Obviously you've got Buzzwole. If he gets Intimidate dropped off, it just shuts it down with Incineroar and Landorus. Alomo has bulky Wish support. Vileplume, I think, gets Wish as well. Don't quote me on that, but I think he gets Wish as well. And it's just a bulky boy. And obviously the boy Jellybeans is just amazing. Dragalge, we've known the power of Dragalge because it has been MVP so far already this season in one of the old PIDA games, so PIDA Weekly. So we know the power of Dragalge. We know the power of Kuma-Oh as well, because I think that's also been an MVP so far this season. So that's mad. Boston Cyndaquils are like, I think they're like 9th or 10th place or something, like just above the orange zone, and I've had 2 MVPs. Mad. Anyway, so he's got Landorus as well, Xurkitree. If Xurkitree can set up and Vileplume is gone, can potentially put in the works. And also the Incineroar because we've got quite a good matchup once the Greninja's down. So let's jump to the game and see how things go. So out comes Mega Latios versus the Reuniclus. Mega Latios Mega Evolves and goes for the Shadow Ball and does 65% to Reuniclus as it goes for Trick Room. Now, Trick Room's an interesting bring because obviously Heatran, I mean, obviously Latios and Greninja are quite fast, but Buzzwole's quite slow. And Buzzwole's got the chance to put in the work under Trick Room if he doesn't get any Intimidate shots off on it. So, see how things pan out. But he goes for Shadow Ball against Incineroar, does nothing because most of Incineroars are Assault Vest set. So out comes the low Merlot as it goes for U-turn. As it goes out into Dragalge under Trick Room. I think that's how it got MVP last time. So out comes Heatran, thinking Sludge Wave. It's holding an air balloon. Go Dragon Pulse. Pops the balloon. And switch down to his Landorus. Because now it's not obviously air balloon. But Trick Room ends as Heatran puts up the Stealth Rocks. Out comes the Lomola. And him too puts his own Stealth Rocks up on the field. U-turn straight back out into Dragalge. Basically Lomola. As it goes for Ice Beam. Does not a lot to Dragalge because it's the Lomola. And out comes Heatran. He can have a Dragon Pulse or a Sludge Wave. Their Dragon Pulse. Over time, this Heatran's going to drop to these Dragon Pulses. But Landorus comes out. Gets a Intimidate drop off on that Heatran as it goes for Flash Cannon. Does, 43%. So next one's going to just about live the hit. So, very interesting play there from the Pure Pidgeots. Thinking, right, Flash Cannon did 43% last time. It's now, 51%? Even a high roll, possibly. Doesn't, obviously, because he got a high roll this turn, he got 49% and it lives on 2%. But, very, very risky play, because if this Landorus was like, clicked Earthquake that turn, Heatran would have been gone. But maybe he thought, right, he's going to switch out, because I'm going to go for Earthquake. So, he's going to go out into possibly Mega Lati to live the Earthquake. So I'm going to think Knockoff. And Heatran lives. And next turn, you can just kill the Lava Plume. And down goes Landorus, which is very unfortunate. So out comes Komodo as Heatran goes for Will-O-Wisp. So it's obviously a bulkier Heatran. I would imagine being a Will-O-Wisp set. Maybe it's max HP, max special attack. Something like that, Will-O-Wisp set. So burns the Komodo, probably predicting to go for a Z move. His Omni boosting move. But he just goes for a normal Dragon Dance. So shuts down the Dragon. It's now at speed, but it's now burnt, so he goes for another Dragon Dance to cancel out the burn as it goes for Lava Plume. Does 20%, doesn't do a lot of damage. And as Komodo goes for Drain Punch, knocks out the Heatran. Gets some HP back from that limited amount it had left. Out comes Vileplume as it goes for another Dragon Dance, knowing what's this thing going to do to me. Goes for Moonblast. Goodbye, Komodo. I know it gets soundproof and bulletproof. Now, way back when in Metronome to Glory, Jesus, that was a long time ago. That was nearly 2 years. That's 2017 Devious Ditto channel. 2017 Devious Ditto channel. That was mad. Anyway, we did Metronome to Glory. We had a Chestnut on the team, and it was bulletproof. And we thought, right, it's bulletproof. We're playing a Clefable or something which had Moonblast, and think, right, he's going to click Moonblast. We've got bulletproof. Let's just switch it in. And we could, obviously it's bulletproof, so it won't affect us. So we switch it in and it goes, yep, you're dead. I'm like, wait, what? I think I was with Checkmate Ben. I think that was one I did with Checkmate Ben. That's the first or second one, I can't remember. But we're like, wait a minute. So we looked it up. And apparently bulletproof doesn't protect against Moonblast. But it does protect against Focus Blast and stuff like that. So I'm thinking, why? Why does it not protect against Moonblast? That's stupid. Because Bulletproof was introduced in Gen 6, if I'm not mistaken. And so was Moonblast. So why did it not protect against Moonblast? Maybe because that would have been too broken? I don't know. Because there wasn't that many fairy spells. That or Dazzling Gleam, obviously. So if Komodo protected from Moonblast, it can only be hit by physical fairy type moves and Dazzling Gleam. Things might be different. But obviously it doesn't, so that's very annoying. Gen 8, Pokemon, change it. Make Bulletproof work with Moonblast, please. Please, if you do anything in Gen 8, make that happen. Just make that happen, please. Because it doesn't make sense. Please, just make it happen. Also, give Farfetch an evolution. But anyway, Vileplume goes the Komodo as it goes out into Incineroar. And goes for Knockoff. It goes to Vileplume, knocks off his Black Sludge as it goes for Strength Sap. Now, Strength Sap is also a Gen 7 new move, again, but the other one was Gen 6. But Strength Sap's a very annoying move, especially against a physical attacker like an Incineroar, because you take... If you don't know what Strength Sap does, you heal whatever the attack stat of your opponent's mon is, you heal that much. So if it's got 100 attack stat, you heal 100 HP. If it's got 200 attack stat, you heal 200 HP. And it gives the opponent -1 attack. So if you are a bulky grass type with Strength Sap, physical, bulky grass type, you can just Strength Sap your opponent, make it so it can't hit you as hard, and you recover health each time. I don't know if it takes into account what your current attack stat is at -1, or it takes into account your attack stat before the -1. But even if it did before, it'd be broken. If it was on a bulky grass type, if Tangrowth got it, as I'm saying, if Tangrowth and Tangela got Strength Sap, it'd be game over. Honest to God, it would be game over. It literally would. Hands down, it'd be broken. So I think Vileplume and what else gets it? Vileplume, Jumpluff, Shiinotic, I think gets it. I think a couple of other grass types get it, but not any like current top tier grass. If Mega Venusaur got Strength Sap, I'm just. Oh, if Tangrowth and Venusaur got Strength Sap, it would be game over. It would be game over. But anyway, it doesn't matter. But if Vileplume goes Strength Sap against Incineroar, as it goes for Fire Punch, it does nothing because it's now -1 attack. Goes for Strength Sap again. Heads back up to full. Incineroar's now at -2. You turn straight out into its Reuniclus, I'd imagine. No, it is Xurkitree. Did not see that coming as it goes for Moonblast. Did not see that coming, so it goes for Z Hypnosis. Yep, called it. It's the only Z move you really see on a Xurkitree. So it goes for Hypnosis, gets +1 speed versus the Latios as it goes for Tackle. I think we saw this tech last week, and it... Oh my god! That's a Vileplume. And resisted. And Thunderbolt did that? My god. Xurkitree's a monster. Xurkitree's a right monster. Out comes Greninja. He's obviously Choice Scarf to outspeed, goes for U-turn, and goes out into his Aloma Momola to sack this thing off. Yes. So you can go out into his Greninja and outspeed it again. And just do the work. So Greninja comes out. He knows he's going to die, so he goes out into Incineroar to protect the Xurkitree. As he U-turns out again, doing not a lot of damage. Out comes Buzzwole. Goes for Leech Life. Knocks out Incineroar. Now, Buzzwole can free roam because now it's no Intimidate drops are on the other side of the field. Just go for Ice Punch. Knocks out Dragalge. I think Buzzwole sweeps at this point. Out comes the Xurkitree. It's on 5%. Goes for Hypnosis. Lands Hypnosis, unfortunately. Buzzwole is asleep as Xurkitree starts to set up. Gets a first turn wake up. And there goes Leech Life. So out comes Reuniclus. Leech Life, goodbye, Reuniclus. So if that Buzzwole was asleep for one more turn, things would have been... I don't think things would have been different because obviously Greninja still outspeeds it, but... What do you have left in the back? Reuniclus. And Reuniclus doesn't really match up well against Greninja. So even if that's happened, I still think the Pidgeots would have still won that game. So that's a good game by both teams. Obviously MVP was Buzzwole late game. And I said at the start of the game that Buzzwole would be the least important member of the Pidgeots on that team because of double Intimidate and the likes of Dragalge and whatnot. But apparently I'm wrong. As most times I'm wrong. Buzzwole come in and put in the work, which is very... did not see that coming at the start of the game. I really didn't. Even though I've written the notes, I just write the notes down and just forget about them and then go over them after the game. Notes are made to work out who the MVP is, really. If I'm being honest. If I'm being totally honest, that's the only reason I write the notes, to make sure the MVP is right. And I remember who the MVP of each game was. It's the only reason. But we move on to the Weds and Ho-Ohs versus the Hungry Big Boys. And Hungry Big Boys have brought the same team, I think it's the same Mons as last week, with Mega Electric, Galvantula, Zorora, Zapdos, Cloyster, and Durant. And the Weds Ho-Ohs have brought Donphan, Megazord X, Whimsicott, Radum, Wash, Celebi, and my boy, George. George is cousin, second cousin is back. So, yeah. So, obviously, Monoelectric plus Cloyster and Durant. So, when Towers knew this and thought, right, Donphan is going to pick up some kills this week because besides the Zapdos, we can kill all the electric types, obviously. Charles on X works against the Durant. Zapdos, he's got... And we're back. Sorry about the dupes, but I forgot to mute Discord, and it was getting really annoying. So I had to pause, unmute, mute Discord, and get back to the action. But anyway, what I was saying, I can't remember what I was saying. Zapdos, yeah, Zapdos. Rotom Wash has got quite a good matchup against Zapdos. Sort of. Mainly if he gets... Well, if Donphan's got Stone Edge or Rock Slide, that just puts in the work against that. Ambipom is here. It's going to put in the work. I know it. Ambipom is going to be higher than Flygon in a few seasons' time. I'm calling it now. Anyone drafting Ambipom, do it the best. Please, 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 please. I want Ambipom to be in Ubers. Because Ambipom's, at this stage, is higher tier than Ditto. So I want Ambipom in Ubers. I want Ambipom in Ubers. Hashtag Ambipom for Ubers. But... jump to the game and see how things go out. So, he leads with his Big Charizard X versus Durant. Out comes Rotom Wash as he goes for entrainment. And now Rotom Wash has got Truant. Now, Hydro Pump does that much of electric. Now, I've seen entrainment Truant before. Not in League, not on the ladder, in a free-for-all. Because it's a free-for-all set. Now, very interesting set. I don't think I've ever seen that set used other than that free-for-all. But we're here now with an Truant Rotom Wash. And things just got interesting because he's going to have to switch out because he's obviously Truant as he goes out into his Whimsicott as Mega Manectric goes for double teams. Now it's a +2 evasion. Goes Moonblast, knocks this thing out. Once again, every single time you try and set up evasions, it does not work. It does not goddamn work ever. It just doesn't work ever. Ever. Don't use evasion, people. I know it's allowed, but it never works. I've never seen in PIDA, unless I'm wrong, evasion actually winning someone a game. I don't think I've ever seen that. Evasion actually making someone win a game. I don't think I've ever seen it. So, just stop. Stop it. Get some help. But, Mega Manectric goes down. Out comes Durant. Out comes Rotom Wash. He goes for Guillotine again. Oh my god. Why is Durant like, oh my god. If you missed out on last week's PIDA game, featuring the Hungry Big Boys, you need to go back and check it out because Durant got 4 O-codes for Guillotine. Spoiler alert. And now, it's just got another one. It's just got another one. Oh! Why is Durant is just a monster. It really is. My god. Out comes Aurora. There's the Whimsicott as it goes for Hidden Power. Fire, I'm guessing. Switch down to Celebi as it goes for Calm Mind Zeraora. I'm thinking, hang on a minute. There's Leech Seed. Okay. So, what are you going to rock? So, Web Tower just stacks up Hazard, stacks up Leech Seeds against his Aurora. As it goes for Hidden Power, Fire, I want to say, or Ice. There's the Psychic, which is just nothing. Because obviously, it's got some +3 special defense. There's Hidden Power again. Lives, because of the Leech Seeds. There's the Psychic again. There's the Leftovers again. There's the Leech Seed again. So, all this for... if you sacked off Ambipom, I would have been very upset with you, Wellington Towers. I really would have. So, Fago comes out. Well done. My boy. My boy. Round of applause. Ambipom. Ambipom's just the best one ever. If you let Ambipom die to an OK move, I'm going to be very upset. Why? 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 Why is Durant the only Mon? My god. It's got 6 kills with Guillotine in 2 weeks. This is why it's destined for Ubers, people. It's destined for Ubers. Praise to Durant. Praise be upon him. Oh, Anyway, out comes Domfan, as out comes Garantula. Because obviously it's truant. There's a Fire Fang, goodbye Garantula. I'm thinking, right, there's a Cloister right now. It's going to Shell Smash, I reckon? Let's go straight up Ice Beam. There's the Sturdy. Domfan goes for Z. Continental Crush. Probably predicting the Zapdos to come out. So he goes out into his Zapdos. This time, outspeeds is at 1%. It's going for Z Tailwind. I'm thinking, why did you go for Z Tailwind? You didn't go for... Why didn't you just sack off the Domfan? You know I had Continental Crush, so you know I had a Rock type move. You knew it'd kill you, because... So why did you go for Z Tailwind? I don't know. Honestly don't know, but... It all rests on Durant, so... God damn, it's truant, so it can't do it, but... If it gets one more kill, I'll be so happy. It's immune because of... Why? I did not think Sturdy worked at 1% with Oko moves. I thought it was just at full. That was the original... That's the original reason for Sturdy. For stuff like that in Gen 3. Oh my god. It landed as well. It landed as well. It did it. It landed as well. I am so amazed. I really, really am. Ah! But anyway. Oh my god. Praise be upon him. Oh my god. Durant. I can't not talk about Durant in that game. It got it potentially could have got 3 Okos in that game. It's got 6 kills in 2 weeks of the guillotine. Oh my god. And it's got Truant as well. So it entrainments the Truant onto you. And then it makes you switch out. And then you click guillotine the turn after. So you can just... Oh my god. This is why Durant is going to Ubers, people. This is why Durant's going to Ubers. Same thing in that game was obviously Domfan. Because obviously it was going to say Manual Electric team. So ground type is going to be very good. Ambipom got a kill. You let it die to a guillotine, but Ambipom did get the kill. So I'm still proud because Ambipom got a kill. If I ever see Ambipom go in a game and not get a kill, I'm going to be very upset. I really am. So I'm talking to you now, Wellington Hoers. Please. Do it for Ambipom. Do it for Georgia, please. But anyway, let's move on to game number 7, where we have the Black City Curums versus the Sugar Puff City Schwurlixers. And the Black City Curums are rocking Magina, Gliscor, Mega Medicham, Comfey, Tornadus and Curum Black. And the Sugar Puff City Schwurlixers are rocking Mega Venusaur, Salamence, Registeel, Primarina, Entei, and Minxiao. So, looking at the matchup, Mr. Mega Medicham here, he's got a fantastic matchup once the Salamence and the Primarina are down. Because, obviously, Primarina is a Fairy type, you just whack with a Moonblast. And Salamence can rock with a Z-Fly or something like that. But he's obviously got Comfey for Salamence, he's got Magina for Salamence, he's got Curum Black for Salamence, he's got... what's he got for Primarina? Not a lot. So, Primarina could be a problem for the Black Sea Curums, but obviously Zombie's at the top of the table for a reason. He's a good battler. So, I'm expecting him to deal with the Primarina. Thought about that and brought something, especially for that goddamn Primarina. So, there's Minxiao versus the Tornadus. He U-turns out with his Minxiao straight into his Registeel, taking a Hurricane. So he goes for knockoff and knocks off. This goes Ockerberry. As he goes for Taunt versus Registeel, so he can't start Stealth Rocks. Fantastic play, gets him the free switch out into Mega Medicham. Goes for Rock Slide, does nothing, because obviously resisted. Out comes Mega Venusaur, predicting a fighting type move as he goes for Zen Headbutt. Bop! Down goes the I think Mega Venusaur, probably even Mega Evolves. Dombey obviously knew his switch out into Venusaur, predicting a fighting type move, or the Primarina, or the Salamence. So there was a 50-50 chance to click. Zen Headbutt was the obvious play, because he wasn't going to stay in. When the Salamence, fighting type stab would have been resisted. Primarina, fighting type stab would have been resisted. Zen Headbutt. Super effective on the Mew and Xiao, neutral on everything else. No, super effective against 2 of his mons and neutral on everything else. So that was the prop play to go. So you go against Salamence, so -1. Does not matter because you just go to Ice Punch and knocks out the Salamence anyway. So out comes the Mew and Xiao versus the Tornadus. Who turns out, again, straight out into Entei. As Jupiter goes for the Z Supersonic Sky Strike. Bop! Down goes Entei. Everything's been O-code. Literally everything. So there's Ariel as he goes for knockoff and knocks off the Salt Vest on the Primarina as he goes for Hydro Pump. He switches out straight into his Comfey as he goes for Surf. So it's obviously dual water, so that's very interesting. Goes for Draining Kiss to get some health back. Goes for another Hydro Pump. Lives this time because Comfey's a bulky boy. Out comes the Q and Black. Pick another water type move, not a fairy type move. Be fit. Ooh. Oh. 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 Did not. I thought he'd go for a water type move because he was spamming Surf and Hydro Pump versus the Tornadus. Now, Moonblast has got. Moonblast and Surf is the same base power, is it not? So it would have been cool if Moonblast just, went. Do you hit that, Moonblast? Very well. It's a very good play. It's a very good play. So out comes Mega Medicham, goes to Zen Headbutt. Goodbye, Mega Medicham. Primarina. Out comes Mew and Xiao. Goes for U-turn. Goes into Red Steel. Goes for Drain Punch. Goodbye. Well, not goodbye, because it's a bulky boy. Get Drain Punch again. Goodbye. GG. Mega Medicham's picking up all these kills. Out comes Mew and Xiao. Goes for U-turn. Why did he not go for why did he go for U-turn? Why did he go for U-turn? Because if it was Reckless, Choice Band. It was Choice Scuff. It was definitely Choice Scuff. I think Reckless Choice Scuff high jump kick would have done at least a lot more than that. If it was Reckless, he probably regenerate because of U-turn, but I probably would have just clicked my strongest move at this point because I knew U-turn would not kill it. But anyway, that's not about me. Not about me. But Mega Medicham, MVP. The first Mon to be double MVP this season, and we're week 12. That's astounding. That is literally astounding. Mega Medicham, MVP. Round of applause for Mega Medicham. Round of applause. Yep, Shane puts in the kills in that game, just tearing away. Tornado with the Z move, tearing away. Good play by Zombie there. Obviously, Zombie is 0-2. I know I haven't said this, but in the last PIDA Weeklies-ish week, but Zombie does upload his PIDA games. So if you want to see his team builder, his perspective of the game, how he analysed his game, I'll leave a link to the video for week number 12 in the description down below. As soon as he uploads it, I'll whack it in the description. So please make sure to subscribe to him because I think he's on around the 50 subscriber mark. So if we can help him get a bit closer to 100, that'd be absolutely fantastic. So if you do that, please subscribe to him in the description down below. We want to grow. We want to help our fellow YouTube circle to grow all together as one. So that's what we do around here. And we move on to our last game where we have the Power Squad this week, coached by Checkmate Ben. I did mention before with the Moonblast thing with Metronome to Glories. Metronome to Glory, OG content versus the Ottawa Garchomp, coached by Pesky Ski. And we're rocking Breloom, Mega Heracross, Snorlax, Mew, Scolipede, and Zydoge versus Megalopony, Azelf, Rhyperior, Arcanine, Helisk, and Hydreigon. Obviously, it's Power Squad. They're going to try and do the same things last week and set up with Mew and Scolipede to get instead of Vivian, you switch out for Breloom, who also gets Spore. You switch out your Umbreon for Mew, who does the same thing. You switch out your Mega Slowbro for Mega Heracross, who does the same thing. And the other one was... What was the other one from last week? I can't remember. But Zygarde is here, so he's got the option of setting up onto the Snorlax, onto the Zygarde, onto the Mega Heracross. So, if the Ottawa Garchomp can shut down the potential sweep, then they're in a good nutshell. But out comes the Mew as a Volt switches out, gets a crit, and goes straight out into his Azelf. as it goes for Flame Charge, trying to get some set up on this Mew. As it goes for Bulk Up, Flame Charge, Bulk Up. As Alpha's down, going for Inferno Overdrive. Bop, Mew lives on 7%. Switch out into his Hydreigon. I don't know why. When you outspeed it, I don't know. So he Vampires out straight into his Mega Heracross. As he turns out into his Arcanine. Getting Intimidate drop off, so Chive is only on at what? Neutral attack, but it's a Mega Heracross, so it's going to kill you with a Rock Blast. Down goes that. Out comes Hydreigon. There's the Fire Blast. Lives on 8%. Goes for close combat. Goodbye, Hydreigon. Goodbye, Hydreigon. So Mega Heracross is here. It's obviously going to go for Fake Out this turn. So he switches out to his Breloom as it goes for a Fake Out, putting to keep Mega Heracross alive. It's Toxic Heal. Goes out into Azelf as it goes for Spore. Or not. It could go for Straight Fight for Mach Punch. There's the Poison Heal. As it switches out into Snorlax, picking obviously a special type move. Snorlax will eat these up for days. There's Nasty Plot from the Azelf trying to set up. So he goes for Curse, so Mono set up right now. Fantastic. There's the Psychic. Snorlax still lives. There, eats the Figgy Berry. Goes for Whirlwind. Switches straight out to his Mega Lopunny. Goes for High Jump Kick. Snorlax lives because he Curse. Goes for Facade. And Mega Lopunny lives it. Kills with the Power Punch. Now Mega Lopunny's at +1 attack. Out comes Scully. Protect to get some speed boost up on Scolipede. I think he goes for Protect again. No, he's quick down to Rhyperior. I don't know why he went to Rhyperior. Well, it's obviously because of the Bug type, Rock type, yeah. So he gets the sub up, gets the +2 speed, goes down to Breloom. Behind the sub, Earthquake breaks the sub. Leaves the Toxic, goes into Megalops. Goes for Sport. Gets the Poison Heal damage off. Goes for Swords Dance. Still asleep. Goes match forfeited because once. Oh my god. 2 weeks in a row. I had a rant about this last week. Last video. It's so annoying. Why could you just just finish the game? Because Breloom might is at +2. You might, I don't know. Azelf could have lived a hit. He could have got Azelf could have lived a hit and he could have killed with Psychic. Anything could have happened. It wasn't GG. It could have. It really grinds my gears. I'm sorry. It really does when people do. It really annoys me. But anyway, enough about the negativity. GG to the Power Squad there. Breloom obviously picking up all the rest of the kills because it was a forfeit, same as last week, versus the... what was it against last week? I literally recorded it today, breaking the fourth wall. Honestly can't remember. I can't remember. I honestly can't remember. Was it Snorlax? No, it wasn't. It wasn't because Power Squad didn't do that last week. They played No, it was Hawlucha. It was Hawlucha, wasn't it? It was Hawlucha. Yeah. So yeah, this is what the table is looking like after week number 12. We have Black Sea Curums still rocking up in first place with 33 points. And then we've got the Sinnoh Star that's rocking up in second place, 30 points. Still just behind them because I think all of the top 4 won this week. So all the top 5? No, all the top 6. No, did Boston Typhlosions win? No, all the top 6 won this week. Mad. Every single game that was played, there wasn't a forfeit. All of the top 6. Mad. Absolute madness. So yeah, so obviously JJ, the Piro Pidgeot, Wind and Ho-Oh, both until on 27. Victoria Venus on 24. Power Squad on 21. They've climbing up towards staying clear of orange really with that win, because they're still 6 points off top 4. So they need the Pure Pidgeot and Wind and Ho-Oh both lose 2 out of their last 3 games, which don't see happening. As well as Devil's got to lose some games as well. So it's a big ask for Power Squad to get into there. Obviously, the Poison Typhlosions and the Signature and Annual Garchamps all on 18 points. They're just in mid-table mediocrity at this stage. They've got 2 wins off of. They've got 2 wins secure over Orange Zone, and they're away off of Green Zone, so they're quite safe. Some Sugar Puff City Swellixers I've got an upper hand of the rest of the team battling out for the Orange Zone, but next week that could all change because the Boston Cyndaquils, New England Blizzards, and the Hollow Hutches are on 12 points. Mediterranean Quagsires are on 9 points. They're slowly climbing up, getting out there. They're only a win away from getting out of that orange zone. So fingers crossed for those. So they can. Then obviously the two meme teams in Hungry Big Boys and No Have Nuts are still rocking at the bottom table. But that's been a wrap for today's video. If you have enjoyed this PIDA weekly show, make sure to like the video, subscribe if you're not already, leave comments to go on the wall, or to tell me how to improve the series, how you want changing to the series, if you like the series and all that sort of stuff. Let me know so I can improve it for you guys. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.